Welcome to Insight Builder channel. Large language model automators, AI enthusiasts, and Python experts. AI mail summarization explained. Collect and summarize mails using open source artificial intelligence models. So, what is the objective of this discussion? We are learning to collect the mails from our own Gmail inbox, read the text from these mails, understand their subjects and their sender, summarize it using open source model that is available in Huggingface. This is going to be the objective. The steps that you are going to follow. First of all, we need to understand Gmail API. You need to understand how to get the credentials of Gmail API. Connect to Gmail using SimpleGmail. SimpleGmail is one of the Python libraries that is available, which can help you to connect with the Gmail account. Once you connect with Gmail account and understand how this works, you can decide on the messages that you want to download to your download. First of all, you need to decide which mails you want to summarize. This is an example that we are going to do here. So if you want to summarize all your mails also, it's possible. However, in this particular discussion, I am going to take some specific common mails that is available and I'm going to show you how to do it. You can extend this example in the way you like it. So let me explain it further. Once you retrieve the message, you can place it as text file. So this is one of the process I am following, but you may not need to, but this is all the steps that I am following here. You can create a summarizer using TxtAi or any of the Hugging Face transformer pipeline. Then you can feed the mails in the text file and summarize it. Also, as an additional step, we will be comparing a couple of open source models that is available in Hugging Face. All these steps we will follow. And if you are following this series of videos that I have been making on practical applications of large language models, then you must have already seen how to update the comments automatically in YouTube. So that video explains how to connect with Google's API. So the same process we need to follow. Instead of getting YouTube data v3 API enabled, we have to enable Google Mail API enabled. So that part I am not going to fully explain in this particular video. I hope that you can just a moment. Let me go to the browser. So you can visit this particular discussion, this particular video where I explain explain how to connect to the Google console, how to work with the project and enable the YouTube data v3 API. The same way, in the same process, you can go to Google console and enable Google Gmail API. So that is one of the things that you need to do it. And you can follow this particular playlist for various other updates that I will be providing in the future. So as I always say, the setup that I create, the kind of examples I make, the kind of videos I make is always about helping you guys to practice. And the data, the ability to work with various concepts, the ability to also break the examples. So that is more important, right? You need to find a way to learn something. So I also tell about what you can do to change my example and try new things with the example. So these are the things that I experiment with my videos. I hope that you like this content. Do leave a like and share it with others. Subscribe to my channel for further updates on similar kind of videos especially in the series where I am trying to automate with AI. And so now you must be seeing, after, if you have watched my earlier videos, you must have come to the understanding there is a pattern that the real world, we have lots of services and products, and all these services have some kind of API endpoints that is provided, whether it's Gmail, whether it's YouTube, whether it is Slack, whether it is Telegram, whatever the product or a service it can be, there will be a way to interact with it, and always there is a programmatic way to interact with it. It is about finding the programmatic way of interacting with it, then connecting that programmatic way of interacting with the large language models. This is the process that I am following, and this you will be seeing time and again in my videos, in my earlier videos also. The additional step I will be also taking is sometimes comparing the models, the open source models available. trying to introduce new ways of working with the large language models. So those are the kinds of additional information that I will be providing time and again. With that said, let us move to the next step, that is go to the browser and start working on the actual code. So let us go to the code where I'll be showing you the various steps we need to take. The SimpleGmail library is you can learn about the SimpleGmail library from this GitHub repo. It's an open source library. Let me zoom in a bit so that you guys can see it better. After you install SimpleGmail library, all you need to do is import the Gmail class from SimpleGmail, and once you initiate this Gmail class, what will happen is the additional browser will open. In that browser, you have to give approval for your account access. So for this process you need to follow. I'm not going to show it here, but if you have followed everything properly, there should be, let me show that. So you need to have this client_secret.json in your own directory, the same directory where this is the notebook that I am using to explain this notebook. So this notebook is having linking_gmail.ipnb name, and this notebook should be in the same place where the client_secret.json is. What will happen is once I run this particular cell, the additional new window will open where you will have to give the approval. Once you give the approval, a new file called gmail_token will get generated. After that, only this particular Gmail object will work. Before that, it will not. So ensure that you get this step right before you proceed with this, proceed further with the video. If you are having any challenges, if you are facing any challenges, do let me know in the comment section. I will try to provide some feedback over there. Next step. So this particular SimpleGmail can do a lot of, literally you can automate everything inside using this SimpleGmail library. So we can send mails, you can receive mails, you can read the mails, that is, you can read the mails. So this is an example where I am trying to send the mail. So you can provide your mail ID where you are going to send it. You can provide the sender mail ID. So this sender mail ID has to be a proper mail ID that is available inside Gmail. You cannot actually put any kind of any Gmail any mail ID here and try to send it. It will not work. It has to be the Gmail ID from which this particular class has been created. So I have tried these things, so that's why I'm telling you. And after that, you have to just use gmail.sendMessage method and the message gets sent. So this is the process. And here you see there are a couple of methods called getStartMessage. You will get all the start message. You can get the 100 message. Okay. Once you get the 100 message, so once you get the start message or whatever it is, each of these message elements contains multiple attributes. So like subject, like plain, like HTML. So there are multiple attributes linked with each of these elements. Now, once you have to explore these things, I am not showing the steps here. What are the methods available? So what you can do is I can give you a brief about that. In case of Python, you can use 100. So 100 is one of the, just a minute, I think 100 is not initiated here. Let me go down a bit. Okay, let me explain to you. So this is the ways of getting 100 message, getting the start message. So there are multiple. Okay, let me actually show you this. I think I can do that. Let me try that. Gmail. So if you do dir Gmail, you can get all the methods that is or attributes that is available with this Gmail object. You see that you get all this: get drafts, important messages, sent messages, spam. All these options are already coded by the library itself. All you need to do is call these methods and you will get the necessary appropriate messages from your Gmail account. So you can try this out. Once you get these messages, you can extract the necessary contents of the messages. So that's what I will look next. So I will show it to you in a couple of minutes. Before that, I also want you guys to understand the concept of labels. So in Gmail there are lots of labels. You can create labels, and you can attach labels like important, like promotions, updates, etc. Correct? You can extract those labels, and then you can use queries. So this is something called as module called as query in SimpleGmail, and in that you can create queries. Like inside Gmail, inside the Gmail GUI, you can use the search option. Correct? In the search option at the top, you can use advanced method, and you can select various parameters. In the same way here, all those parameters can be coded. So you see this, that I am saying, okay, I want read the messages that are read already from the sender, no -reply at principles.com. This is one of the Ray Dalio's newsletters that I follow, and I'm asking it should be newer than 10 days. So what I'm telling is that from last 10 days, whatever mails I've got from principles.com, I need to collect it. And I am also giving an additional information that the label should be category forums, and it should be in inbox. Like this, you can formulate your query, and then you can use that query in get messages method, and you can get the necessary output. So this is what I was talking about. This get messages, the list labels, the where is it, the get start messages, all these are part of Gmail. So you see this get messages, get sent messages, spam, all these are part of. I'm not going to show all of these methods. I want you guys to explore it. It is very simple. It's very intuitive. What I want to show you guys next is that what is available inside each of these message elements, right? That is more important, because you need to understand that, right? So let me do this output. I think I have output already, or if not, then I have to create it. Just a minute. So I am just now running this same commands that I've already presented here, and I'm going to show what are the attributes and methods available with each of the messages. So this will be a list. So once I get the messages will be a list, right? There will be multiple messages. So if I do a type output, you will see that it is multiple. Just a minute, sorry about that. So it's a list, and each list element will have all this. So you see here, these are the methods that is available for each of the message elements. So you can add element, you can get all this information like attachments, BCC, credits, date, header, all these are available for you guys. Do explore it, because it is a very comprehensive library that I have come across, and it is also updated. This particular library, SimpleGmail, I have reviewed their GitHub repo also. It was recently also updated before 1 month. So they are following up with the changes that is happening in Gmail, and they are updating the library also. And moreover, the internal functions, the internal methods are written using simple Python constructs and beautiful soup. So they are using that and trying to connect with Gmail, get the data, extract the information, and provide it to you. So you can review their code also. It's pretty interesting. With that said, you can get all the information here, as I was telling. Now what you're going to do is, once you get this list, so you have got the list, right? So let us see what is the length of the data I have got. So if you see, I have got only 2 mails, right? I have not got a lot of mails from principles.com. So what I'm going to do is, anyway, I'll show what are the things available. So if you take the element number 0 and look at the subject, you will see the subject here, and you can get the sender, you can get the plain text that is available. So all these things are possible. So this is what I was talking about. And now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do something else. So I have signed up for if this then that.com. So ifttt.com, and I already have an action there. So if something happens, then I want a space related video, space related picture, and a small write-up to be sent to my inbox. So I am trying to get that particular mail, and I'm going to extract the data from it, extract the text from it. So once I execute this is going to get the last 30 days information, all the mails that is available, and you will see there is almost 28 mails that is available. Okay, and then I will start taking the same thing. So I will take the look at the plain data that is available, which is a text file that is what I am looking for, and also I will get the date. Okay, now this is the step. So let us go back to the PDF. So this is the step where we understand the Gmail API, work with the Gmail API credentials, and connect the Gmail account using SimpleGmail using Python code. Then we have also decided how to filter the message, what are the processes that is available. We saw all these things, and then retrieved the message as text file. So this is the next step we have to do. So we have done all these 4 steps right now. Let us go to the browser back. After understanding and researching the entire library and working with it over the Jupyter Notebook, we are ready to write the code. This is how I do my research. Okay, so once I understand, I search for new libraries which can make my life easy, and also the viewers, my viewers' life easy also. And then what I do is I do a couple of basic understanding like using Jupyter Notebook. Once I understand it, then I think about a script that I can use. And here is a script. So I use the same commands that I researched in Jupyter Notebook, and then make a small script. It's pretty simple. So the same thing that I'm using in Jupyter Notebook, I just copy paste it here. Instead of 30 days, I'm using 5 days. This is just an example I'm following. And inside the example, I am running a basic for loop where it goes through each of the mail object and gets the sender, gets the subject, date, the text, the plain text, and it replaces the plain text /n and /r. /n is new line and /r is return carriage. So there are subtle differences between new line and return carriage. So you can do research about that in your free time. It's not much of a issue for us. Anyway, we are replacing it with the empty character. Once that is done, I am writing this file to mail_collector.txt. I have already done this activity. So this mail collector also I have shared it with you guys. So it is there in the repo. It will be there in the repo. You can take a look at that also. This is how the mail looks. So you see the sender, the date, the plain text, and the subject. So all of these things get collected, and this is a small collection that I have got. Okay. So this is the step where we go back to the PDF again, and we see that we can retrieve the message as text file. Next, what you are going to do is, this is where the artificial intelligence models comes into picture. So assume that, okay, I am only talking about 5 days mail. So what if you want to summarize last 30 days or last 60 days? And okay, this is a mail that is not something very important. Okay, this is a mail that I am getting it as a hobby, and I am trying to summarize it. I don't need to worry about how it is getting summarized because I'm only showing it to you guys, right? But in reality, when you are going to make a product, you are going to really work with some customer who wants something important to be summarized. At that time, you will have to understand each and every step of how are we going to decide on the message, how are we going to retrieve the message and place it. You may not actually keep it in a text file. You might actually keep it in a secure location like a database, or you can directly embed it and place it inside a vector store also. Any of these things are possible. But I am right now just going to use TxtAi, one of the libraries that I already introduced, and I am going to initiate a summarizer inside the Google Colab notebook. I'll be sharing that notebook also with you guys. Let us go back to the browser. So here is the summarizer that I am using. I am using TxtAi pipeline version, and I am pulling that library down. And inside that TxtAi, there is something called a summary class. So using that summary class, I have to just initiate. So the idea of TxtAi is the library does a lot of automation for you. So once I initiate this summary class, internally it reaches out to Huggingface, looks for the best summarizing library, and then initiates that library as summarizing model. I mean, it finds the summarizing model, initiate that model as transformer pipeline, and then makes it ready so that you can provide the data to it and it can summarize it. So it does all of these things. Even telling that takes some time, but it does all of these things in no time. So let me reconnect it and reconnect to my instance. And so in your case, when you are, you see this, I have already got the mail_collector updated here. You can upload your mail collector. So once you complete your mail collector, you can upload it here. and then you can start working with it. So what I'm already here, everything is up and running. So I've already tested it, and let me do a type here. You will see that it's a TxtAi object. And why I'm showing you, so this is the TxtAi object, so pipeline object. By default, whenever you are initiating a class, summary class, without any kind of path, it will start with the default model. That is the best model for a particular activity. So Huggingface, TxtAi does it for you. The developers at TxtAi do it for you. I mean, they've automated it. Next, what we are going to do is, so the summary instance is available with us. We are going to read the text file. So the same text file that we created from this particular Python script, we are going to read it here and keep the data ready. And then it's simple. All I need to do is call the summary with the data, and you get the summary out. Yeah, it is as simple as that. You saw that, right? That is the the abstraction level that is going on currently in the large language model ecosystem. So there are a series of steps you need to follow, and you need to understand what are the problems you are solving in series of steps, and is there a Python script, or is there a Python library, or is there an artificial intelligence model that can solve your problem? These are the questions you need to ask. Okay, so let me again, since I was talking with you guys, even I can upload it here. The questions you need to ask whenever you are starting to work with the project is, let me write it. First is there a Python script that you can write? Okay, is there a Python library? Okay, before that you need to actually is there a API is there an interactive API endpoint for the service you are working on? Okay, is there a Python library that interacts with this API? And then then think about the task that you are going to perform. Okay, and next, once you know this, then you need to find the open source model that is available, and finally you have to load the open source model and use it. So this is the steps, simple steps that you need to go through. So it's once you go through this kind of a pseudocode or this kind of an algorithm, most of the problems can be solved. So this is how, in fact, let me go back to the PDF for a moment. So when I started this particular video yesterday in the late afternoon, I was thinking how to interact with Gmail, and I was researching for this particular ideas, and I came across SimpleGmail, and then I started researching SimpleGmail, and then I understood the methods available, the classes structures available, and how to connect with SimpleGmail and my Gmail account. So I did all this research, and then I came to TxtAi and started thinking about which summarizer I need to use, that is summarizer model I need to use. So that is where we are discussing right now. Now, when you by default enable the summary class, the Facebook summarizer model gets initiated. Okay, so since it is already initiated, we can actually find out the model that is available by using this summary. So inside the TxtAi, you can there are attributes that you can use to check the model. So if I use model class here, just a minute. So we can actually take a look at the complete model itself by using by looking at this pipeline.model, and you can see various steps they have followed. You can see the entire model chain here. But anyway, so this level of understanding may not be required, but still, if you want, you can take a look at that. And the next step that we are going to do is, so here is the first summary that you have seen. But if you want to change the model, so if you go to Huggingface Hub, you will find a lot of different models, and one of the second best model that is available for summarization is Pegasus CNN Daily Mail model from Google. So you have to give the path for this summary model, and then if you initiate it, then this particular model will get downloaded to your local environment, and then again you can do the summarization. So this is the summary that is coming from this new summarizer. So you see the difference. So you have to understand these things manually, first of all, by working with lots of data, because see, when you're going to work for a customer or a product, it is not going to happen overnight. So all I did here is to introduce the steps that is required, right? And I am also telling what are the ways to go and research about the various models. And also, okay, there is one more thing that you can actually do. So if you want to automate this step, if you want to automate the step of getting the various models, again you can visit Huggingface Hub, take a look at the various models. There is a way to get the list of models using Transformers pipeline. So there is a process for that. You can get the list of models, then you can use the summary pipeline or Transformers pipeline. Anyway, whichever is useful or easy for you guys, you can use it. And what you can do is you can use the same mail collector.txt, and you can continuously iterate over the various models and see which kind of summarization is more suitable. So when it comes to summarization, it's never about accuracy anymore. It's about how best the information has been compressed. In case of the information that I am compressing here, it's very generic. It's just like a story or a news that has been shared, and it is getting compressed. So here what the model has done is it has just taken the 3 stories that is available and it has converted into 3 lines. So it is as simple as that. It has not done more than that. But in your case, you might want little more information. That is where actually comes ChatGPT. So you need to compare with ChatGPT also, right? So what happens is I had taken that same mail and I put it inside ChatGPT and I asked it to summarize. So this is a summary that I got as feedback. You see that the summary that I get from ChatGPT is different from what I get it from the other 2 summarizers. But yeah, so there is a cost involved. There is a ease of usage. There is where is the data security is concerned, and how best you can manipulate the data that is provided. That is returned. All these factors come into picture. So you can try and work with the other option. You can use LangChain also in this mix, and you can try to work with the summarizers that is available in LangChain too. So I have discussed separately about LangChain in my other playlist inside the YouTube channel. So do take a look, so you'll get an understanding. But I hope that with this kind of introduction, you got an idea. We have gone through each of these steps right now, and we have seen how to work with the Gmail, how to work with the messages, get the messages and send it to the summarizer model, and then compare the models. So all these things we have seen in this video. I hope that you have got some fair idea on what to do next. So if you have some new ideas and new thoughts regarding the applications of artificial intelligence, do let me know. I will try to research about it and upload it in the channel. And with that said, I would like to come to a close of this video. As I always say, I hope that you like this particular content. Do practice it. The most important, I reiterate it again and again, because I have got a lot of benefit once I started practicing the coding, practicing problem solving, practicing researching about the problems, etc. So all these steps, once you do it, you will also get a lot of benefits. So do practice a lot, and do share this content with others so others can also benefit, and subscribe to my channel for further updates regarding various artificial intelligence, Python related libraries, and updates on automation with AI. With that said, I would like to leave this video as usual with 4 words, that is practice, 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 practice. See you guys.